Since it joined the Porsche lineup, the Cayman has always been the hardtop coupe counterpart to the Boxster, but for 2017, this relationship has been cemented with a common numerical name, 718. The modifier comes from a race car that competed in the late 1950s and 60s, and like its modern namesakes, Granddad was powered by a 4-cylinder engine. Really, it's the engines, each complete with a turbocharger and missing a pair of cylinders, that are the biggest news surrounding the 2017 Porsche 718 Cayman. To learn about them, as well as everything else that's new, read our 718 Boxster First Drive. Everything apart from a few retractable roof references applies, but let's run down a few odds and ends specific to the Cayman. Driving notes. As always, adding a roof made of metal instead of cloth yields greater structural rigidity and thus greater overall driving goodness. Unfortunately, we only got a chance to drive the Boxster on the twisting stretch of road that surrounds Lake Travis near Austin, Texas. We're pretty sure that's the only twisting stretch of road anywhere in Texas, so our route elsewhere in the Cayman was inherently nowhere near as challenging. As such, we'll just have to safely assume that as before, the Cayman is incrementally more of a driver's car than the Boxster. That said, it's not like the Boxster is some gooey convertible hack job. The term cowshake never once enters your mind in Porsche's mid-engine roadster, and the multi-layered top is incredibly quiet at speed. Despite the Cayman's hatchback trunk lid, you don't really get any more cargo volume apart from the weird bins high atop the parcel shelf behind your head. However, rear quarter visibility is a bit better in the Cayman versus a roof-up Boxster, and the cabin in general has an airier feel. More realistically, then, choosing a Cayman instead of a Boxster comes down to your particular coupe versus convertible preference. Let's say you're exceedingly pale or dislike having your hair fussed. Perhaps it's a humid 95 degrees in central Texas and you suddenly find yourself thinking a Detroit winter ain't so bad. Maybe you just think the Cayman looks better. Any or either way, a coupe has its advantages. Besides the choice between Cayman and Boxster, you really have a staggering number of selections to make when speccing your 718, and that's not counting the endless ways to coat the interior in various types and colors of leather and trim. There are the 2 new engines, 2 transmissions, 2 exhaust systems, 2 brake systems, 2 steering systems, 3 suspensions, and at least 6 wheel types and 3 sizes. Would you like your torque vectored? How about the Sport Chrono package with its many performance-enhancing elements and snazzy clock? All of these choices can fundamentally change the car's character. Well, maybe not the clock. If you're really interested in buying a 718, we suggest being a royal pain and trying out as many variations as you can. Believe us, trying out only 2 is not enough to create a complete picture of the 718. Let alone decide which one to plunk a whole heap of cash on. Speaking of which, there actually is a new difference between the Boxster